What's up, everybody? This is Harry Bernard Taylor with my man Christopher Burton,
People's Podcaster.
and we're here again tonight. And we're gonna throw in a few reviews before we get to this War Games tonight. NXT has his War Games. So, Christopher, we're gonna talk a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about what happened last night, man. We was in Rutherford, North Carolina.
Yes.
Let's run that down full bit. First, we had Big Country was in the ring. Had a few things he had to say.
Yeah, he had to get some stuff off his chest.
Yeah. Let's see. First match, man, we had Savage Kincaid against Aftershock, man. I've never seen this Aftershock guy. Big dude.
Yeah, I've never seen Aftershock. He's a big guy, man. I've seen Savage Kincaid. We've both seen Savage, and
that's not a small dude either. That's not a small guy.
No, he's not a small guy, but this Aftershock makes Savage look like one of us, man. He was.
Yes.
This dude was a monster, man. I've never seen a guy this big. But yeah, it was a good match, man. And Savage, he did some stuff to try to keep the big man down, and I was actually impressed by Aftershock, man. Aftershock did an enziguri and even attempted a couple of drop kicks.
Yes, he did.
And yeah, he didn't connect on all of them, but it was still impressive that he even attempted. And I alone for that, I give him a 5.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because ladies and gentlemen, if you could have seen this guy he's knocking 500.
Yeah,
he got to be. And for him to even attempt something like that. But but Savage Kincaid ended up winning the match, man. Savage ended up winning the match. And it was serious, man.
I thought Aftershock won the match.
No, it was Savage. Savage Kincaid.
Yeah, it was Savage won the match. Okay,
Savage.
yeah.
It was Savage.
Yeah, Savage actually tried to pick big Aftershock up, man. You know, that didn't help. Yeah, Savage.
No, that didn't go. No,
you're right.
That did not go well.
No, it didn't. He left out of there, man. His back was in pain. So I'm pretty sure, man, he had to hit the ibuprofen and the Tylenol when he got home.
Man, and an ice bath and everything, man.
No doubt about that, man. Being gay, whatever it took. So who knows how that went down, man. Hopefully he feels okay, because I feel Savage Kincaid is probably around 360 pounds, and then you had this monster Aftershock had to be anywhere between 480, man, to 510. Anyway, yeah. You know, so man, he's a huge guy. So the next match, man, we had Caleb Crocker versus Mean Dean Richards, man. And this is the first time I've seen Mean Dean Richards. We saw Caleb Crocker last time we was up at HPW.
Yep.
Very good performer, man. And he had his lady out there, Miss Larkin. She got involved in the match. I mean, she got involved. She
of course, that's the insurance policy, man. That's the insurance policy. She is the game changer, man. You go out there and you think you fighting Crocker 1-on-1 straight up. No, you want a handicap match, man. You got to fight him and her.
Yeah, and the ref pretty much, because she keeps that ref busy.
Yeah, she keeps the ref busy, so the ref's busy. Then Crocker doing some extracurricular activities, but Dean was a hard competitor, man. He fought hard, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, excellent competitor, man. I mean, he wrestles a lot in Greenville, Greer up at Turbo, Turbo Championship Wrestling. I mean, he's the guy, man. The guy got the goods, man. He has the goods, and he came in there, and I mean, he turned on the technical ability real quick. You know, he made that match real complex at first, but just like I said, man, once Miss Larkin got involved, I said watch. When she gets involved, she's gonna change the complexity of this match.
She's a game changer, man.
Yes, no doubt. So Caleb got the win, man. I gave the match 4.4. I think we gave it 4.5 stars.
Yeah.
So that was a good match. And the last match we gave 3 stars. You want to change that, or you want to stay with?
I'll stick with 3 on that. Stick with 3 on that.
Okay, next match, man, we had Luca Daniels versus Lance Glenshaw. Not too bad of a match. Luca came out there, and Luca pretty much he called you out, Chris. He said Chris Burton is the worst commentator out there in the business.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know why he said that, man. I was out there hyping the guy up. Luca's got all the potential in the world,
Yes.
and he wants to say that, but
yeah, he got in there and said, "Make me look good, Chris. Make me look good, Chris." Right after he said that, man. What kind of garbage is that?
I don't. He's running for Congress, man. He talking out both sides of his mouth, man.
No doubt about it. But we actually didn't rank that match, Chris. We didn't put a ranking down for that.
Oh, so, wow. Okay.
I mean, it wasn't a bad match, man. I would say I can remember most.
And Luca ended up winning that one, right?
Yeah, Luca won the match.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But Lance did some work. Luca did some work. Luca was very strategic in his match.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
You know, he pretty much stayed on the outside when he needed to, distracted the referee how he needed to actually get this match, get this win and all that. So yeah, I gave it 3 stars, man. What about you?
I gotta give it a solid 3. Solid 3.
Okay. Now, as far as some of these matches, we didn't rank these matches as high as usually we would rank them. But overall, as far as the show last night, like I say, don't let these rankings fool you. The show was an excellent show.
Oh, good
Lord.
But
as far as some of the matches go, I mean, they were just, it was like a basic good match that you would go to a wrestling show that would pretty much perform. The performances all night were just pure wrestling. It was just awesome. But the show overall, man, it was a great great show with great atmosphere. So don't let some of the scores, that we have average fool you, because every single match was exciting last night. And if you watched on, we was live all night. So if you watched it, you saw it. So definitely. And if you haven't, you can go back and you can check it out. But it was really good. Okay. Next we had Cooper Housley versus Little City, man.
That match, man, Little City, I swear that Joker's got more guts than he has brains. He's always going after somebody that's outweighing him by 100 to 150 more pounds every time. And the guy has so much fighting grit in him, man. I just can't deny it. He took everything House had to give him. Everything. And he wouldn't stop, man. He kept coming. I was good Lord, dude. I'm like, when is enough? But what happened? I think House came away to win, didn't he?
Yeah, House got the win.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought he did. I thought House got the win, but yeah.
As far as I remember, he got the win. But Little City, man, he good showing for himself.
Yeah, but, that dude's he's got, like I said, he's got more guts than brains sometimes, but he's a fighter. He is a fighter.
Yes, he is. Outweighed, overpowered, but he does enough in that ring to overcome the things that he's against, man. So I gave that match. We gave that match a 3.5.
Yeah.
So all right, next match, man, we had John Matthews and Kid Cutter versus Bruiser and Eric Anton.
That match,
man.
Matthews
it was Cruiser, right?
Yeah.
Bruiser. Yeah, Cruiser. Yeah. Cruiser, man. Yeah.
I say Matthews and Cutter, man, they got a master's degree on how to tag team wrestle.
Yes, no doubt. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I agree, Missy. It was way brutal. Yeah, it was brutal. But
they got a master's degree on how to do a tag match, man. Cutter stayed in that ring way too long. They literally, Cruiser and Anton literally cut that ring in half and was like, you are not getting on the other side of that ring. And it was just, I felt bad for the guy, man. But he's like Little City. He kept coming back. He kept fighting
mm-hmm.
and ended up, he just ran out of fight, man. And Cruiser and Anton ended up winning.
Yeah. Cruiser and Anton, man, they was like, like I said to you last night, it was like a football team that stayed on offense, that had a bruising fullback or bruising running back that was around 245 pounds, man. Even though these guys are bigger than that. Well, at least Cruiser is probably they probably around, they around that size, especially as far as the independent wrestling. These are some big guys.
Yes.
And the two guys they was going against, Matthews, man, and Kid Cutter, way overmatched. And I mean, it was like a bruising fullback, man. Just that they just couldn't stop, and bruising running backs. They, like Alabama used to play back in the day, just bruising. You just couldn't stop it. And every punch, every hit of their body towards Cutter and Matthews, man, they took the blunt of the blow. Anytime that they got in there and tried to be offensive, they actually took the blunt of the blow. So, it was crazy, man. But we gave that 3 stars, man. And that's
we did. We did give it 3 stars.
Yeah, it was the domination of Bruiser and Anton, man. It was just because of Matthews and Cutter, they couldn't get any offense.
No, they couldn't get none going whatsoever.
So yeah, we had to go ahead and just give it basically a 3 stars, which would have been perfect for Bruiser and Anton because they secured every single bit of that rating. Okay, next, man, we had Chase Emery versus Big Country. This was right here,
this was first time actually seeing Country in action ever since he won the championship.
Right.
And good Lord, this man has really changed. He oh my gosh, I don't know if he's on an ego trip. He's got the belt. He's on pop. Man, he's not the same Big Country. He's definitely not the same Big Country, man. But
definitely, he what he said he was going to do to Chase at the beginning of the show. What he had prepared for Chase. Yeah, and after the show, he had quite a few words. So man, he pretty much said he was going to do what he was going to do. And Chase, man, Chase is one of these guys who's when he starts a match, Chase is a person he likes to feel you out. He fills you out, and then he gets better as the matches go. As the match go on. But against this monster, man, he had a hard time.
He really did. He had a fight on his hands, man, the whole match, and he got in some good offense, but it wasn't just enough. It wasn't enough.
Right. And against a man like Big Country, you have to take him out early. Your offense your attack have to be early. And it has to be strong. And it wasn't.
There was a catch to the match, though.
Yeah, that's true. Go ahead.
Because what happened? Country came out with Crocker.
Yes.
He came out with Crocker because Boomer was at ringside, and Country was like, "I know Boomer's got it out for me, and I need somebody to watch my back, so I'm bringing Crocker out to keep you in check." Talking about Boomer. And well, like I said, the match went on and some shenanigans started happening. And well, I think Chase ended up winning by DQ.
Yeah, it was a DQ.
Yeah. Chase ended up winning by DQ. And Boomer was like, you know what? We ain't going to have it like this. But he was like, Country, you're a gambling man. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to restart this match, and we're going to have you and Crocker versus Little City and Chase Emery. And here was the catch. Boomer literally said, if Country and Crocker win the match, Boomer will not get a title shot ever again, no matter who's got the belt. Whether it's Country or somebody else, Boomer would never get a shot. But
Crocker came up short, literally.
But if Chase and Little City wins, then Boomer gets to make a stipulation on the match for the 18th. And Country had to think about that thing for a long time. He had to think about that for a long time, And, he thought about it, and he was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. You're wrong. So he did it. Started the tag match, and, well, Little City was in there and fighting. And was fighting hard, but didn't have enough and got laid out. And then some kind of way, I don't know what happened, Harry. I think Little City was laid out, but Uh, looked like he came out and caught up a fruit roll up pen.
Yeah, yeah. That's what happened, man. I mean, looked like he put on 15 pounds too. Uh,
Yeah,
before he
he
went
did
over
look
there.
a little. He did look a little stout. You know, I
Yeah,
was
he got a
like,
little thicker than what he
like,
used
wait a
to.
minute.
And
I'm
went
like,
from
wait a minute, little
120 to
city,
about
you.
140.
Yeah, I'm like,
135, 140.
yeah, I'm like, look, wait a minute. I'm like, you telling me you get beat up and you gain weight?
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Maybe he
But
stopped. Maybe he some kind of way when we wasn't looking,
yeah,
and he went over there and grabbed a few hot dogs, man, stuffed them down, put on a little weight. Next
something.
thing you know,
Yeah,
hit he hit Caleb with fruit
what the
roll up,
roll?
man.
Yeah, with him with the roll up and got the 1, 2, 3. So Boomer gets to make the stipulation for the match,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
it's gonna be one of the most violent matches that you can think of in professional wrestling. A Texas Bull Rope match.
oh yeah. Texas Bull Rope match, and he said, who in here are Crockett fans? Who in here used to like
Old school.
Mid Atlantic Championship wrestling, man. And Dusty Rose had plenty of those bull rope matches in there in that
Yeah,
promotion.
he
So
did. He did. He
and
did.
I mean they was pretty violent. So this is what we're gonna get to see between those two. So it's coming down the pipe. So hey, can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see
So
it.
yeah, we can't wait to see it. But so, what would you give the overall show here?
I think we all, me, you, and Danny. I think all three of us gave it a 4.5.
Yeah,
Said
overall show was
4.5
a
for the
four
whole
point
show.
five. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and I think only one match really had that, but like I said, the matches, they was pretty much lower. They was on a lower. We rated it on a lower scale than what we actually rated the whole show. The whole show was it was an excellent show, man.
yeah.
It
It
was great.
was. It was. It
It
was
was a
an
great
excellent
show.
show.
Yeah. So next, man, we're gonna move on. So we're gonna move on from the show last night that we did, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna rate Chris Thunder Anderson. So Chris Thunder Anderson, one of the first week that I went out to APW with you. I mean, you had saw
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
before,
Yep,
so
yep.
because I mean you was going up there and you was commentating, and I had went out there, and first time I saw him, I was very impressed. Remember the first thing I said to you? I said, "Who is that?" You
Yeah,
know, he
yeah.
came out there and he was actually teaming up. I think he was teaming up with is it Chad or what's the other guy up there,
Chad
his
Cole.
partner, Chad
Chad
Cole.
Cole.
Yeah,
Yeah, Chad Cole.
he teamed with him, and Chad Cole came out first, and Chris was following him, and I was like, who is this guy? And so I was impressed. I was impressed straight up with his look right off the bat. So
Yeah, because the
we're
first
gonna
time I
give
saw
him.
him, I was like, "Oh my god, he is one of the Andersons." I'm like,
You're
"Wait,
right.
wait a minute." I'm
Look a
like,
lot like him.
"Whew."
So
Yeah,
I have nine things that I have nine things that we're gonna rate him on. First is his look. Then we're gonna rate him on ring generalship, offense, defense, overcoming adversity, ring management, mic skills, likeness. Good. Can you tear him from a heel, in the face, back and forth, which he has done in his career. I've seen.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Marketability. And toughness. So we're gonna rate him on each. We're gonna rate him on a 5-star scale, just like we rate
Yeah,
our
like a
shows
match.
and
It's okay.
rate the matches. So look, I gave him 5 stars, Chris. What about
Oh
you?
yeah, man. Good lord, yeah, man. You got to get a man 5 star. He looked like he just, just bite into a can and just don't need a can opener. He just bite into it and rip the top off. I
Yeah.
mean,
Hey,
he's a throwback for real, man. They
hey,
don't they
no
don't
doubt
make
about
them
it. I
like that.
mean,
They don't make them like that no more.
yeah. When I saw him, like you could just basically tell he's a professional wrestler. I mean, he
Yeah,
wouldn't have any problem going into a bank and saying I'm a wrestler or going anywhere. I mean, if saw him on a billboard, you say that's a wrestler. So that's what I like about him, and that's why I give his look a 5 stars. I am so excited for that. So that's it. Yeah. All right. Ring generalship. I gave him 5 stars for ring generalship. And what I'm talking about as far as ring generalship is talking about taking command of the ring and knowing
yeah,
and being able to corner his guy the way he wants to corner him, the way he
Yeah.
wants to control the ring. So and knowing where he's at all the time in the ring. So I gave him
Yeah,
five
that
stars.
ring awareness. Ring awareness.
Yes, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So, what you give him on that?
I definitely give him a 5 on that, man. That's
Yeah, most definitely.
that's easy to say.
Okay. So on offense, man, I gave him 4 stars. That's the next thing. I gave him 4 stars on offense. And this right here, as far as, I look back at some of his, Chris sent me some videos and things like that with him and Nick Fury, which was a really good match. I gave that match
back in the day,
4.5 stars. But, I look back at some of the things that he was doing, maybe about 20 years ago. So Chris, no pun intended. I mean, he's a little bit older. So he's not exactly in his prime, but he's still out there, still strong enough to do what he needs to do.
Oh, yeah.
Still got many miles left on him to continue in this business. So I gave his offense a 4. I gave 4 stars, but I'm putting that on as far as where is it at right now. So I give him 4 stars on that. What about you?
Oh, yeah, I definitely give him 4 stars, solid 4 on that. Definitely.
Okay. All right. Defense, I gave him 4.5 stars on defense because everything that I've seen from Chris, I mean, with his size, Chris is not the biggest guy. I mean, he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he's good size. I mean, probably bigger than 85% of the guys that's in wrestling right now, as far as the independent scene, and probably a lot of the guys on the pro scene. Before you get up to probably WWE. I gave him 4.5 on that because he knows how to turn the situation around and get back on offense quickly. And because of his size and the way his body is shaped, it's hard to generate offense against Chris. So I gave him 4.5 on that.
Yeah, easy. I agree with you on that one. Definitely. 4.5 easy.
Oh yeah. Okay. Overcoming adversity. So anytime Chris get in trouble in the ring, Chris has shown the ability to know what to do to get back on top and get back on top quick. So I gave him 5 stars on overcoming adversity.
Yeah, 5 stars, man. Because I mean, that's I've seen Chris wrestle many a times, man. He can take a lick as well as give it out, and he doesn't let him see him sweat. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's always cool hand, Luke. Even though you might be beating him and stomping on him, he's like, okay, all right, that's cool. Just give me a couple of minutes, and you're gonna be in a world of hurt, and you wish you weren't gonna be stomping on me no more.
Right.
I mean, because that's just how he works, man. I mean, like the man said, his hands has crippled more men than polio.
Yeah.
And that was his words.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Okay, next, man, we had next I rated him on ring management. So ring management, I give him 5 stars for ring management, and that's because it doesn't matter how he gets it done or whatever, but as far as he's able to control everything in the ring, and he's able to get the ref to see the things the way he wants it saw. So he's able to he's able to do that, and he's able to, as far as if he has his partner in the ring and all that, he's able to instruct the match and get it going in the right direction, keep it on track. He's able to, he's good at, as far as ring management, he's able to manage it where he's they working on one body part.
Of course.
Continuously manage that. So I had to give him 5 on that, man. 5 stars on that too. So a lot of these things, man, he's getting a lot of high numbers and all that. And I thought he would get high numbers, but I didn't think he was gonna. It's when I thought about it, I sit there and I thought about it. I'm like, wow, he's getting some of the these numbers are higher than what I thought I was gonna rate it. What's that?
Yeah, he's getting some high scores. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So what you give him on ring management?
Management, I give 5.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, as far as mic skills, likeness, good guy, bad guy. So we're gonna rate that the same. We're gonna all this is linked in the same category: mic skills, likeness. Good
well,
guy,
my skills, he really don't talk that much, man. He really don't.
He doesn't.
He goes. I mean, if he's gonna say something, he's like, "Look here, this is what's gonna happen, and that's it. Now get your butt out here and get this ass whooping."
Yeah. So
that's it.
Yeah. And that's pretty much all you really have to say. To tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as far as his likeness, well, likeness in good guy and bad guy, same thing. Face or heel. His
Yep.
I know he's played.
People
He's
love him either way,
yeah.
man. People love him.
People
Even
love him.
it's
No
crazy
matter which way he
because
plays.
even when
Yes,
even when the guys are heel, people still love him. They cheer him.
I
You
know.
know,
Yeah, that's true.
I'm like, wow. I mean, he just gets over as any way you put him, he gets over.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
know,
That's right. So yeah, so I went ahead and gave him 4.5 for that, and basically, I guess we can switch it up between Mike skills and good guy, bad guy. I mean, heel or face. Because the reason went ahead and he can switch between the heel and face easily.
oh
So
yeah,
I gave him 4 stars on. I gave him four. I think I gave him 5 on that, and I think I gave him I gave him a 4 as far as my skills because what the few words that he do say, I mean, it gets over and you believe him.
oh of course,
He has a very, he's very good at making you believe exactly what he says.
of
So
course.
and plus, as far as talking to him as a fan or talking to him outside of the ring, I mean, he has very good vocabulary. He's very convincing in everything that he says. So I mean, he definitely has mic skills. But
Yes. So what would you give him overall as
it's not over, man. It's not
Oh,
over.
okay.
So
Oh, you got more? Okay.
I got 2 more things. Marketability, and I'm talking about how marketable is Chris Thunder Anderson as far as in a promotion in the indie area or any area that he goes in. And this is one thing I hate about as far as his career. This one thing I really hate for him is that we didn't have the regional territories like we did when we was kids. What we grew up with. There's no more Mid Atlantic. There's no more Georgia. There's no more Mid South. There's no more Continental Wrestling Association. Even though you have a lot of indies out here, I mean, Global Wrestling Federation. There's no more WCCW. So all these territories back then, guys like Chris could have worked those without working an outside job, and he would have been able to make a living for his family. He would have made a very good living being in one of those territories. He could have been one of the top guys in those territories.
Of course.
So as far as marketability go, and as far as in territories, let's see, I kind of left where I was at. I gave him 4 stars because anywhere he goes, he can easily be one of the top. He's easily one of the top. Right as he
gets into I give him a 5 on that. I give him a 5.
For real? Okay.
Yeah, I give him 5.
Okay. So we jumped up 4 point.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, that man's name's got weight. That man's name has weight.
Oh, no doubt.
He told me a story real quick. He told me a story. When he came in, it was old school. How he was trained and everything. You go in the locker room, you speak to everyone in the locker room, and you speak to those that came before you, and you're like, "How you doing, sir?" or "Ma'am," or whatever the case may be. And obviously, over time, he earned his stripes, and people know who he was, and he became one of those. You'd be like, "Hey, how you doing, sir? Good to see you." And and if you were smart, you would sit down next to him and pick his brain, get some knowledge. Well, he said one time he was at a show, and the newer generation basically was joking and laughing and carrying on, and he was like, and one guy was just acting just plain fool, and one guy walked up to him like, "Hey man, you need to chill out." He was like, "Why?" He's like, "You just need to chill out." But he kept acting crazy, whatever. Chris walked in, walked in the locker room, got quiet. Everybody chilled out. And basically, that one guy was still acting a fool, and the dude was like, "Hey, you need to chill out."
Okay.
Like, why? He's like, "You see that man over there? That's why."
All right.
And he was like, "Who was that?" And he went over and talked to him, and he was like, he said he came back to his buddy, and he was like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah. All right, yeah. That right there goes on to the next thing that I'm going to talk about. But as far as marketability goes, I'm talking about as far as if any territory that he goes into, any territory,
he
he's
can
one
be
of
a
the
top guy. Top guy.
He's a tough guy, but I'm saying he's one of the top 4 guys right off the bat.
No, I'm saying he could be a top guy.
Yeah, he can
Top
be a
guy.
top guy.
Yeah,
There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. So what I'm saying, if he, top 4 or 5, he's one of the top guys. So anywhere he goes, I think he can be one of the top guys, like you say. So 4.5, man, as far as marketability goes. All right, toughness, I give him 5. That's the next category. I give him 5 stars on that.
I give him a 10.
Yeah, whatever, man. 5
I gotta
stars.
go,
We
boy.
don't know higher than that.
Man, well, hey, I'm on a different rating scale when it comes to that now.
We getting 5 stars on that, man. So overall, well, wow.
He off the charts, man. He off the charts.
Yeah. I give him 4.5, man. 4.5 stars.
Well, 4. Yeah, that's good. That's
4.5 stars for him overall. Just slightly below 5 stars. And the only reason I'm gonna say slightly below 5 stars is because Chris is, he's a little bit older than what he was back when he was in his youth. And I wish I would have been out there seeing him more when he was in his youth, man. Because from what I've seen on video, man, on YouTube and things like that.
Yeah, it don't.
Some of the CDs that Danny has gave us, and this, he was something special.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean, and still is.
Yes.
And, I'm excited to see him, and I'm glad he was there. And that's one of the reasons I went ahead and said, let's go on down to HWA, because I wanted to see him. Hadn't seen him in HPW in a while. So definitely wanted to get down there to see him. Hated that he wasn't there last night, but I understand, the man has
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Obligations outside of the business. So he had to take care of that. But so 4.5. So anybody, we'll do Jet later on. And we'll come back out the War Games tonight. So if you on Facebook, like this and share it. You're on YouTube, hit that like, share, and that subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
Yes.
And we're gonna come back later on, and we're gonna review War Games, and we'll go ahead and probably knock out SmackDown and Rampage from this past Friday night very quick, right out the War Games tonight. So check us out as soon as War Games over, and we'll see you then. Later.
Peace.